For number 6, we want to solve for x. So we see it's a quadratic because there's a squared in our problem. But this one, since there's only a single x inside those parentheses, these are the types that we can just solve by moving everything to the other side. So again, I like to think SADMAP because this helps us remember what order we can move things away from the x. So I want to move away the addition and subtraction first. For example, this plus 3, let's move that away first. And so it becomes a minus 3. And when I get a minus 3, I get 4. X minus 1 squared, that stays. That moved to the other side as a 67 minus 3, which is 64. Next, I want to move any division or multiplication on this side of the problem. So I notice there's a times 4 here. I don't want to distribute it, I want to move it. And so the way we move multiplication is by dividing. And now it moves to this side. I get x minus 1 squared is equal to 64 divided by 4 is 16. So there we go. Now finally I can take care of this exponent. We don't want to distribute. In fact, it doesn't distribute. What we want to do is move it, and we have to remember that moving an exponent of 2 turns into a square root plus or minus. So I get x minus 1 is equal to the square root plus or minus 16, which we know the square root of 16 is 4, plus or minus. And lastly, I can move the 1. And since there's a plus or minus, we actually have two problems, or two answers. This gives us positive 4 minus, or plus 1, which is going to be positive 5, or negative 4 plus 1, which is negative 3. And so we see the answer is going to be 5 or negative 3, which is A.